So today's topic will be on number formatting. If we can finish this soon, then I'll also start with advanced, say, conditional formatting as well. Let's understand this number formatting. We already done one session of number formatting, that is the basic number formatting, just changing the values. But today we'll see in depth of this number formatting. This is very useful when you think that there are huge data which I want to format it in different views. Say for example, first let's understand when I'm actually formatting these four, the characters are very important to understand. One is the zero, hash, question mark, and the at symbol. The zero actually holds the, it's a placeholder for the zeros, or hash will also, it's a digital, a digit placeholder which will help me in holding the values. First, let's see these two and then I'll explain these two. Let me select this. You have seen that. We'll go to this number and select this thousands operator, say OK. This will get formatted. This is we saw in the basic editing. Now suppose if you want to use, say, custom, here I have this hash and zero. Suppose if you want to know this hash and zero, so first what we'll do, we'll just put this zero, just 4 zeros, and I'll say OK. So what will happen is here you can see the number, it says 0. That means if I put a 0, what it will do is it will occupy that space, that 0 space here. But if I put hash, let me put one hash, go here, say instead of this I'll put hash 4 hash and say OK. See, I'll get something like this. But here the problem is, what will happen is, let's say I have a decimal number like this. So what will happen, I'll not get that 0. If you go here, let me put the decimal number dot 00, and if I don't have any decimal, say whole number, then I'll get something like this, say 0.46, because hash will not take the zeros. Let's go and put 10 in the end here. So this will give me 0.46, something like this. Now suppose if you want a thousand separator, I'll go here, I'll put 1000 separator and say OK. So I'll get a thousand separators. This we have seen in our previous session as well. But we'll see something more now. Now I want to have a question mark. Question mark is nothing but a single digit. Like what we have this placeholder for the 0 and hash. Similarly, I have this say question mark as well. So the question mark mostly it will be useful in say decimal numbers, aligning decimal numbers or something, or I can also have something like this, say like this. See, I can get the space like indenting. You can see that I'm given it as 5 question marks. Say OK. Let me just put it here like this. Now let me type some number. Right. Now let me put some decimal numbers here. We'll give a decimal placeholder also as dot question mark like this. Instead of 0, given a question mark. Now you can see the alignment of this, the decimal numbers will be like this. But same thing, let me go here and I'll put it as zeros here. Okay. Now let me remove few values, and here let me give these decimals here like this. Now let's go here and I'll give some minus value and change the format. Let's say I'll put this as hash comma hash 0. Okay. Now if I have more decimals here, what will happen is the alignment will not actually come properly. So to align this, what I can also do is I can put this question mark here like this. So if I don't have any values, see, it will give me, even then it will give me some this what is that, the place holder like this. Coming to this and symbol actually is used for text. Now let me go here, I'll just take this and here I'll put one semicolon and I'll say if it is a text, it should be red color. I'm just giving this red and I'm putting this at symbol. Let's go and make one of the values as text. See, this becomes red color. That means this number is actually not a number. I've just put one say single quote that has become text. Let me go here and I'll put some character here. See, this is for text. Right, we'll see more examples on this. This is just to explain you what is this zero, hash, question mark and at symbol. Next one is rounding off to 1000. Sometimes you would have seen say 1000 separators. Go here, say number and we'll make it 1000 separators. But if you see the numbers are very big here, I want this to be say divided by 1000 and I should become say 3848 point something k, that is 1000, or convert that into millions. So if you want to do something like this, then what I can do is select this, go here and then just click on this custom. Here you see the formats whatever is there, just put one comma here, just one comma in the end of the format and say okay. So this will become 1000. So I can go and say in thousands like this. Even this also is in thousands like this. Fine. Let me select this. I want this in millions. So what I'll do, I'll put one more comma and say, okay, see, this will become in millions. I'll change this to millions. Same thing. I'll go here. I can change this to millions like this. And I can give a label saying that this is in millions. But let's go to one more example here. Similar example. I want, instead of mentioning here as say millions or thousands or whatever, let's give a character itself there. Character in the sense, I have say millions, for thousands we can put as k. Let's go here. Let's take the same thing. I'll make it as number, 1000 separators. Let's make it 2 decimals. Here I'll put one comma. This will get converted to 1000. Now I want, instead of mentioning in the heading as thousands, millions, so what I'll do, I'll go here, I'll say slash and say k. This is called as spacing. Just say okay. See, this will become converted into 1000, but that doesn't mean that the number is changed. The number will be same, but only thing is the format whatever is there, that will be changed. Fine. Let me select this. I want this in million. Now what I'll do, I'll put one more comma here, but the character here should be slash m. Without slash also we can do, that is not a problem. We can put without say slash also. Say okay. Sorry, put a double quote there. See, or you can put a double quote also. Like this, you can do. This will get converted into millions. So whenever you feel that you have a very big number, you just want to convert this into say 1000 or millions, you can just do it like this. If you go and double click on this, still I have the numbers here like this. All right. Symbols. I want to add some symbols here. Symbol in the sense, let's say I want to add any of these symbols, say copyright symbol or trademark symbol or whatever. Let's take this, or we'll take it as a simple one, say 24 degrees Celsius or say Fahrenheit or whatever. So in that case, let me just take this symbol, go here, control 1, go to this custom, just put a 0 here. 0 means it's a placeholder, and in double quote I'll just put this symbol. Say okay. Say I'll get this symbol. Then I can go here, say control 1, say see. So I can just put some values here, say 45, something like this. This is a symbol. Similarly, I can also give symbols for positive and negative numbers as well. So for this, these are actually some symbols which you can get it by using these codes. You can press alt and you can press this code, you will get these symbols. Or you can also go here. Suppose if you think that this is little difficult for me to get all these symbols, I can go to this insert and click on this symbol, and then you'll have a lot of symbols. I think this also we have done, so quickly we'll just do this as well. See, I'll just say insert and insert, saying greater than or lesser than, something like this. Let's say all the values here, if let's make it a short value, I'm just trying to make it a smaller value. Let's assume that any value above say 5000 should be greater symbol, otherwise it should be the lower symbol like this. The arrow should be down. So quickly, if you want to do, just go here, control 1, select this number formatting, and here I'll select this 1000 separator, say OK. Here I have this positive number. Now I want the negative number as well. Suppose, or say not negative, I am putting a condition here. So previously we learned about how to use this negative number. Now we will see how to have the conditions and then give these symbols. Suppose if you want to give a negative number, I'll go here, I'll put this in bracket, and I'll say okay. If I have a negative number, so this will be in bracket. Now if you want to put symbols for negative numbers, just go here, copy this, control 1, and here I'll put this like this. So wherever it is negative, I'll be getting something like this. Let me just give some negative number, automatically it will come. So this we saw in our say previous number formatting, that is for positive or negative. Just quickly we'll do for this also. This is for positive. So this is what we saw in the previous class. But now we'll see how we can give this greater than or lesser than, or say up arrow or down arrow for the conditions. That is, if the value is greater than 1000, it should have, sorry, greater than 5000, it should have up arrow, otherwise it should have down arrow. Let's select this, control 1. Now whatever this positive and negative is there, I'll just remove this negative symbol. Here I'll put a condition saying that less than 5000. This is for condition, that is square bracket, then lesser than 5000, then close the bracket. So this square bracket, whatever is there, I'll just put this outside. I'll say okay, put this outside. See, this is how it will be. It is saying this is the positive, this is the condition. What I'm taking here, it is not positive or negative. Here I'm just taking one condition here. So the square bracket, whatever conditions there inside, so that is actually the condition part. Now let's go and check here. See, we'll go and check whichever value. Let me just try to check this. Okay, it's not applied. Let's go check. Just put it in the first condition only. Here, say anything greater than 5000. Yeah, now it will come. Right. Now you can see that any value which is, I just change this. Any value which is less than 5000 will be down arrow. Any value which is above 5000 will be up arrow. Let me select this. Any value below 5000 should be red color. I'll just put a square bracket and say red color. So you can see everywhere, wherever the value is less than 5000 will be red color. So if you want to make this positive number, or say this number as blue color, you can go here and say okay. See, like this. So hello.
It's Manoj.
Yeah, tell me, Manoj. Can you speak little louder? I'm not able to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now, Manoj. Tell me.
Yeah, I just want how can we make only the arrows color and not the text,
Here
not the
in
number?
this case, you cannot do because the whole thing will become like a text. Means this is one cell.
Okay.
This is one cell. Otherwise, what you can do is there is a trick for that. Um, you can have one more cell here, and then for that you can do it. See here, let's try. We can put one condition like this. If like this, you can put one if condition here. If this value is greater than 5000, like this you can do. Okay, copy this. For that we can use this conditional formatting, and we can do like what you told. That is, we have some symbols there like this. We just remove this format. Okay, so here I can change by using this conditional formatting, or let me also see if we can do this. Let's see. Greater than. Just putting one placeholder here, then later on we'll remove it. So like this you can do, and remove the border here. Like this you can do.
Yeah.
Something like this. Because so what will happen is here, just change this format. So what will happen here is the entire thing is actually getting formatted, the entire text. So it's not only for the symbol. So if you say the conditional form, sorry, this number formatting means you're just applying the view. That's all. You're not applying, the conditions or something on this cell itself. Means this text. It is just for the view. That's all. If you see the original data, whatever is there, it is still existing like this. But only thing is you're just changing the format of it. Understood, Manoj? So you can just use some tricks. That's all. You can use something like this, and you can do it. Okay. Fine.
Adi,
Yeah.
I have a doubt here.
Sure. Ask me.
What if the data in the field in any cell, if suppose it's a percent, then will this formatting filter will work that way?
That I'll tell you.
Suppose it's a decimal.
That there is an example for percentage. I'll explain that here for percentage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So still, if no, that is you have any other doubts which I'm actually teaching, and if it is not that, then you tell me, then I'll explain. in that percentage. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now here, let's say currency. So when I say currency, I have one option here, that is currency. Just select that and give it. It'll give me the symbol. It will not convert again. Say if I give in rupees, then again if you put dollars, that will get converted to dollars. It's not like that. It's just the format I'm changing. But let's go here. See, I have so many different options here. I can select any of this. Let's say we'll go to this India. Do we have that format? If it is there, then we can give it. Say rupees. Don't think it's there. It's there here. See, you can select these rupees. Say okay. See, it is just changing the symbol. Now go to this custom. Here you can see this. You can just mention like this also. Suppose if you think that you have a character like this, just copy this and then you can put it like this as well. It will work. Now let me take this euro. I'll just paste it here instead of this rupee symbol. So this way also you can do. Or you can go to this currency and here I have all the symbols here. So whichever symbol you think you want, you can just select this. Say dollars I want. Say okay. It will get changed like this. This is a simple one where you can change it. Right. Next is about the leading zeros. When I say leading zeros, suppose let's say this is an employee ID. I want to make it 8 characters or say 10 characters or say 3 characters or whatever. Let's say we want to make it 4 characters. If you go and check this, I have the maximum 4 number of characters. Let's go here, custom, just put that 0. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever you want, you can just put it. Say okay. See, that will change the format. So this is for leading zeros. So there are some options where I can put the customized characters as well, that I'll show you next. Next one, percentage. When I say percentage, when I put a symbol, percentage symbol, what it will do is it will just multiply with 100 and it will give me the percentage. But now if you go here, I don't have a negative or positive value here, means the format to be changed. Now if you want to do that, I have to go to this custom. As I told you here, every custom will have actually 4 different parts: positive, negative, then a condition, or for the text. So let's go here. I'll copy this and put colon and paste it. Now this will get converted to percentage. Now I mentioned here the positive and negative. Now here in negative I'll put one bracket and I'll close. Now if you see this, I'm getting this percentage here. Right. Now wherever negative percent is there, say for example this is, you just convert this to value. Let's put one negative symbol. See, this is for negative. It is giving me a bracket here like this. Let me select this. In this negative I want red. I'll say red. Say okay. So wherever it is negative, I'll get this red color. Now Pallavi, tell me, so what actually you want here, so I can explain you here. Pallavi?
No, yeah, I just wanted to understand, if suppose it is 1.52%
Mhm.
and you want those up and down arrows,
Yes,
so
yes,
we
you
can put it right.
Yes, you can put here also. Say, for example, let me take those symbols here. It is just adding the symbols there, that's all. Go here.
Oh,
Just,
okay.
yeah, just put it in the double quotes. See, now I'll select this. Let me go here in this negative part. I'll just put this. Just have to put that symbol, that's all, in that negative part. Say okay. See, I'll
Okay.
get this. You can put any
Got it.
text. So if you want any symbol, you can go to symbol. See, you'll get like this. Okay, if you want this to be in the beginning, you can give it in the beginning or in the end, whatever. See, these symbols, arrow marks, whatever is there, it's just for, say, indicating, that's all. Say, for example, if you go here, I have this indicators. These indicators or say icon sets are actually available, you know, from 2007 version only, but in 2003 version and all we didn't have. So we used to use these options. Now we have this. So just click on this, I'll get these options like this. So I can use this as well. But this is like customized, so I can use anything. So here these are all predefined. So whatever you see here, so these are all, sorry, these are all predefined. If you see this, now if you want to have other than this arrow mark something else, you can go to this symbol. Go to the symbol. I have so many symbols here. You can use any of this. Say I have this smiley face. Suppose if you think that I want to use something like this. Say if the sales is very high. Say I want this smiley face. Just insert this. That's all. Take this. Just have to paste this. That's all. You take any symbol. Let's say I'll put it here instead of this arrow mark. So wherever we have this positive value, it will be like smiley symbol like this. Any symbol. Go to this symbol. Here you'll get so many symbols here. Any symbol you want, you just insert and then you can paste it there in the format like that. Okay, Pallavi, got it?
Yeah.
Anything you can do,
Got it.
any symbols you can take. Okay, fine. Let's go to this fraction. Fraction again, that is left to you. So these fractions, what it will do is it will just convert this decimal number into fraction. I'll not take much time here. Just go and click on this fraction. So you'll get this fraction value. Say okay. So what it will do, wherever the values are there, it will just give me the fraction way of values. Suppose if you go to custom format, it will just give me something like this. Say one is for the number placeholder, and this question mark. Question mark means a placeholder for number, that is single number or whatever. Say it will convert this into fractions like this, right? But let's come to this indent. Indent, let me take this. Okay, we'll take this only. Let me go here and quickly format this 1000 separator, and here let's take one format. Just now we did take this only. This is for positive value, and then I'll put a bracket and the negative value of 2 decimals. Now just observe here. Let me take one number. I'll make it as 123.456. All right. Same thing. I'll say minus 123.456. Okay. You can see the decimal point. They are exactly in the same order. Let's change this one to 23,123. Now can you see this? Say this decimal number is actually moving somewhere else like this. Let me make it like this. See, they're not aligning. If you see this, these decimals are not aligning. Let me copy this and I'll paste it here. Here also I'll just give just a single digit like this. See, now it is aligning here because it's a negative number. Let me make it a positive number. See, it is not aligned. The reason is, you can see here there is one bracket. This bracket actually is aligning to this number, the numbers, not with the decimal numbers. Now if you want to do something like this, so one way is we saw that question mark we put, that is for the positive value, that will actually take care, but it will not take the indentation. Means it will not move this decimal to align to this, or it will not move this side. That is, when I have equal values, then I can put that question mark and I can align the decimals. But if you want to do something like this, then I have to give some indentation. So what is that indentation? See here, I put one bracket for the negative number. Let me take this and we'll put it here. See, this is the positive side and this is the negative side. So you can see this, there is one bracket here. So this bracket actually is trying to move my say values towards right hand side where it is not aligning. So in this case, what I have to do is here I'll put one underscore. So this underscore will actually give me some indentation, that is spacing. Now what is the character I have here? That is this bracket. I'm just giving this. Let me copy this and then control 1. Let me paste it. You see. Now let's say OK. Now if you can see this, there is a space here, that is space for this say bracket. Now if you say the decimals are aligned, you give any value. Say I'll go here, I'll change this to 3 values. See, it will align. Say 2 values, it will align. So you have to give underscore and bracket. So this will give me a space. So whenever you think that you want to indent, then I can use this. So this is very important when you're actually using some formatting like this. So these actually we might not think too much, but when you're working on some proper templates, so these all will actually matter because the alignments and all should be proper, especially when you have this financial data. So these things are very important. I was working for investment banking, that is Society General. So there all these were actually very important. If we see something like this, say if it is not aligned properly, then we used to see like this. See, if it is aligning something like this, then this was an error. So they used to call back or say escalate this, saying that the decimals are not aligning. So again, it depends on the template to template. If people are not bothered, then ignore it. Otherwise, this indentation is very important when you actually try to align this. Fine. The color, we just now saw the color. The color, you can give anything. Say I can send you that list of colors. You can just give like this: orange, red, blue, green, black, anything you can give like this. Let's go here. So when I say color, the color should always be what color you're specifying, that should be in square bracket like this. The condition or the colors should be in the square bracket like this, otherwise it will not take. Now just specify as red and say OK. See, entire thing will be red. Entire thing will get red. Suppose if you want to have the negative side as red, blue, green, or whatever, you can go and specify it, say negative side or something. But guys, sometimes what will happen, say there are some values which we have imported. This will become like a text. So these are all text. See, the formatting is not applying for text. If you want to apply anything for a text, then you have to use at symbol. That is what we saw in the beginning. See, let me remove this red and I'll put it here. Put one at symbol. This at symbol, whatever is there, this will actually specify that text. Now I'll put this red here. I showed you this example in the beginning also, just to show you again. Anything you put this at symbol, that will become text. Now let's say OK. See, now this actually makes us very easy that okay, these are actually text. This can be done in conditional formatting also. I have a list of conditional formatting made. I'll just show you after this number formatting. So if you see this, see, these are all text. So wherever I have text, let's make it like this. See, so these things also can be used. Say if you want to check whether the data is imported properly or not, I can use these things like this. Okay, right. So I was talking about repeating a character. Let's go here. 1, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got this 0. But what if I want to give few other characters? So let's go here. See, I have one simple format like this. I just kept it here so that you can use this. See, I want something to the left hand side. Say I want zeros, like what we did now. I can use this, or anything which has to be padded after the number, then I can use something like this. So hash is important. Then I'll use the star like a wildcard what we saw yesterday, and then this one equals. Let me go here, say control 1. I'll just say custom. Let me make it as hash. These were number. Now I have to decide whether the character which I'm trying to prefix or suffix, then I have to mention it. Say I want 0. I'll put star 0. This is prefix. Let's say okay. See here. So this 0 will be actually covered till the end of the say cell. Now let me increase this. See, decrease this. So what it will do, it will fill the complete cell like this. Like this. It will not specify the number of zeros, this many numbers only. See, expand it completely, it will fill the cell like this. Right. I want some other character, that is after the number. Then I have to put this hash star and then I'll say equals. So what this star and this equals will do is, here it will fill with like this. Let me fill this with star. I can go here. I'll put star and star. Say okay. See, this will fill with star. Same thing if you want to do it the beginning. Let's put it in the beginning and say okay. See, like this. Let me make it something like this. See, reduce it, expand it like this. So you can fill the cells like this as well. That is by this simple format. So you have to think whether it should be in the beginning or in the end. So to remember this, what you do, just go here, put one hash first. Just put a hash. This is for the number. Now you decide whether I need to prefix or suffix. If I say prefix, then go here, put it in the beginning. Say put one star followed by what you want to say prefix, say plus or whatever. See, like this. So like this you can give any character and fill the cells. This is another way of formatting, repeating the characters. Next, based on conditions, we saw that is if it is greater than or whatever. So here if you see, we just saw that somewhere that condition putting that. So just I'll put that here. That is, we saw that greater than 5000 something we saw. The same thing should be red and hash comma hash 0, then negative or say condition hash comma 0. All are actually greater than 0. Let me just make it some smaller value. So we saw this example. I forgot which sheet we did. This is for conditions. So these are some of the number formattings what you can do, and you can mix so many things and you can do. This is very important when you come to this dashboardings, because when you're trying to format the data, so this will actually play a major role in formatting your data. And again, you don't have to bother that whether I need to sit and format everything, how to actually do this in code. So I'll tell you how to work this automatically, that is using all these formats in the code as well. So that part, when you come to this dashboards and advanced VBA, I'll tell you how to use these kind of formattings automatically, that will get applied in my say what is that the data what we're actually trying to pull. Okay, let me just show you the next chapter, but I don't think I can cover completely because that has got something more, say advanced conditional formatting. And here I have prepared some sheets for this. It will take really a lot of time, so I'll do one thing. I'll just start tomorrow only, because there are so many things which is very important for our dashboards. So I'll just tell you what all things are there. So one is comparison. Say by comparing how I can do the formatting. That means comparing two numbers, or say comparing some values, how I can actually format the cells. The next one is how to use and or operator in these things. And then say format the cells. Then if I have a blank values, non-blank values, how to do that? I was talking about the text and non-text, where we have these numbers. If it is text and non-text, what I should do? Similarly, I can do that in conditional formatting as well. Say is even or odd, that also we can check. So whether the row numbers are even or odd, whatever. The next is specific text. Say I want to highlight some specific text. Say for example, I have so many things here. Say I want to highlight wherever this rubber is there or any text is there. So only that say rows has to be highlighted. This will be very useful when I was actually working on one of the projects for some company on this healthcare data where they had so many datas where they want to highlight say XYZ drug has to be highlighted. So in that case, it was very difficult because that will be somewhere in the middle. If it was somewhere in the beginning, we can just do something, but it was somewhere in the middle. They wanted to highlight all these. So these things we can do. Then if there are any duplicates, say say this product ID or something is duplicated, I want to highlight this, all the duplicates. That is complete row I'm telling. So we saw the other day with the conditional formatting, that is single cell or say single column, but I'm telling you about the entire column. That is how to use the formulas in this. Then I have these duplicates. I want to highlight all the first row. The next about the dates. Say date I want to highlight. Say today's date I want to highlight, or say last 7 days dates I want to highlight. Okay, so those things. Then weekends. So I showed you this example in the previous thing, but again here I'll be showing you some more advanced features of how to highlight the weekends. And then we also have some holidays. Suppose we know how to highlight the weekends, I can easily do. But what if I want to highlight the holidays as well in the calendar? This will be very useful for the managers who are actually planning the reports, say the project reports or something. So this will be very useful. You can plan accordingly. Instead of using all these downloaded templates, you can just create one template very simple like this and you can use it. Then highlighting all the alternative rows. Then using a drop down, how to highlight. Say for example, I want to highlight all the central, the values which are in central. So these kind of things. So these are actually very useful things in the dashboard. So that will take a lot of time. So what I'll do is instead of starting this and finishing it half the way, we'll do it tomorrow. But if you have any doubts in this number formatting, please ask me, I'll explain.